Hooked up by 1-800-ASK-GARY. Now, who's taking the stand?
Meredith is,
Lord.
and she's so excited.
I'm super not excited at all.
All right, you get 3 questions from us, 3 questions from the listeners. You got 1 pass, which means we get 5 questions that we get the juicy answer to.
All right.
Marcus, Miller Lite Mike, you're first.
Here. So, Meredith, we all sometimes do things for the gram, take pictures.
Of course.
And last Friday,
I know this one.
Yeah, it was Orlando, Davi, and I. We were hanging out in here, and we noticed that you were at a gun range.
Yes.
Busting shots.
That was fun.
Just popping caps.
Yes.
So, Meredith, my question
Popping
for you
caps.
is not necessarily about shooting. We want to know. Well,
No, he brought it up, and I was like, I don't know the answer to that.
I'm
might
the
wanna ask
instigator
her.
in the room.
Yes.
Right.
However, did you? Because we noticed you had a little something going on with your bottom there in the back.
Yeah, Jerry took my mom's husband was taking
Right.
photos of me from behind.
Jerry took a
yeah,
picture.
no, he
Jerry
did.
took a picture of you, and you were wearing leggings.
Yeah.
Oh.
And,
Yoga pants.
Yoga pants.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was at the
Jerry
hospital.
back there shooting the booty.
I was at the hospital, actually, and my
Yeah.
mom's surgery was 2.5 hours, and they let us leave, so we went to the gun range.
Right.
I want to know, did you emphasize and kind of round out that picture a little bit? Because we looked at it and we're like, nah, that's not Meredith. We don't see that every day.
I don't know about the we. I know Mark looked at it. Mark looked at
Right.
the picture.
We-
he was
we
like,
looked, we said,
look
man.
at her butt.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah. He's
Hey.
like, tell me that's her butt. He's
Hey.
like, she fixed that.
Come on.
She
Tell me there's a
edited
little
that
editing
picture.
in that picture, Meredith.
And I was like, I
we gotta
don't know.
Well, listen, if any of my photos, if I feel like there's a bruise or I feel like there's some cellulite or something that makes me feel uncomfortable, but I like the photo,
Yeah.
I will try to take care of it. So
Right.
with that one, there was one side of my butt that kind of, because I've been working out my butt and it kind of went in, so I fixed it a little bit. So yes, the answer is correct. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
It
I was
went in.
right.
Yeah, I didn't
That was
like
good.
the way it looked, so I curved it out just on one side a little bit more.
I don't know if I'm more shocked that you admitted to that editing a picture
Yeah.
or that he is paying so much attention to your butt.
Stop.
That-
Mark's
'cause
quick
he-
to do that.
He called it out. He's like, yo, her butt's not that.
Well,
And I'm
Mark-
like, yo, I see her in yoga pants all the time.
Mark's
just
been
saw-
getting on me about that for a long time, especially after I gave birth and I had gained a lot of weight.
No, you actually messed it up when you lost all that weight, though, because you had a nice
I
ass.
had,
for about 8 months, you had a nice ass.
Hey.
And then you decided, I don't want it no more.
well, I was really, really self-conscious about my body because I was trying to lose weight. And then I would, when we had to take group pictures, I would constantly be like, please let me see them, or can
Yeah.
I take them, or something like this, just because I didn't want to put out a photo that I didn't like or I was uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
So Mark's
thought you was
quick to
crazy.
check my photos.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, all right, that's cool. All right, wow, you got the answer.
Got it.
I didn't think she was answering that. I thought I had my finger on the button,
Yeah.
ready to hit Plead the Fifth. 'Cause I'm like, that's
No,
like
I
asking,
respect
that's
her
like
for
asking a
being
woman
straight
her
up.
age.
Yeah,
like,
no. I mean, it looked good. I wouldn't have posted it, and to begin
Right.
with, if I didn't feel comfortable with it. But there was like a little muscular part, so I just rounded it out a little bit more.
All right, well, my question
I
is
need that app,
easy.
by the way.
Yeah,
Let me know.
For real, I need one of those. All right, so somebody yesterday, I forget his name, but he came up and introduced me to his son, and we took pictures, and he said, you know what you should ask Meredith?
Oh God, here we go.
And he told me a question, and I thought, you know what? This question will work a little differently if we twist it a bit. So Meredith, and this is for our friends, our comedic friends, Bill Bellamy,
Okay,
who you enjoy.
absolutely.
Because that was
I love
that's
him.
what he told me. He said, I think you need to ask a question about Bill Bellamy
Oh.
because she dresses up when Bill comes into town.
Oh yeah, he could get it.
And okay. Well, then there you go. You just said exactly what he said to me. And I said, okay. He said, so if she was single
Mm.
and decided that she wanted to journey into a land that she hadn't been before,
Haven't been discovered.
and you have Bill Bellamy
Oh.
on one side,
All right.
and you have Joe Coy on the other side,
All right.
and you are single Meredith, venturing into land that you have never gone before, who would get Meredith? Would it be Bill Bellamy
Oh.
or would it be Joe Coy? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, both of them.
I
You
just went
told
to like
both of them that
naughty things in my head really fast.
I mean, Joe Coy sucked your toe.
Yeah, he did. Yes, in here live on air.
He did. Yeah, you gonna pick Joy?
I feel
Joe
like
Coy, Joy? Or you gonna pick Bill?
You know,
Mr. B.
What ethnicity is Joe Coy? He's
he is Filipino.
he's Filipino.
Yeah.
You know, I had a Filipino before. You know what I'm saying? I tried that flavor before. But what I haven't tried is a little Bill Bellamy. So I'm thinking that he's going to be a more caring lover in the bedroom. I think he's going to be a little bit more sophisticated, pay a little bit more attention to me and my body and my needs and my wants.
Sucking your toes?
And by the way, I feel like if I wanted my toes sucked, that Bill Bellamy would be okay with that.
Okay, all right. So you going down with the brown?
I'm going down with the chocolate.
Okay, all right.
And I feel like I missed out on that in my single days. So,
Wow.
yeah. I
that
feel
is-
like he would.
that is something you missed out on, girl.
Well, you know, he can dance, so you got to think about that. He talks about sex in his stand-up. He feels very free with it.
Everybody dance.
Yeah, he's open.
Shows that you're good
For
at the
sure.
level that you
Wide
can
open.
Yes. And I feel like
Wow.
he's well endowed. So
Look
that,
at you.
Wow!
You just had to
Wait,
throw
I
that
ain't
in there.
I ain't even ask all that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, stop answering.
Okay,
Wow.
all right.
Because you got Bill blushing. Bill,
Yes.
she said you got the business. All right. Wow, you still haven't used a plea yet.
Mm-mm.
I
Okay.
just knew that was going to make you plead out.
I'm blushing right now talking about it.
All right, Meredith. You've been married for some years now, and one thing that you have mentioned before is that Anthony is like a big snorer.
Oh, God. Yes.
Could you see yourself, or have you guys started sleeping in separate beds, or could you see yourself having to sleep in another bed?
So I have thought about this. I sleep with earplugs every single night because it's that bad.
Oh.
Wow.
Yes. And he's not going to stop snoring anytime soon unless he gets like some deviated septum surgery or something like that. And that could not even fix it. I wish I had a separate room sometimes that I could just go sleep in. Because, I mean, even if you read about certain studies, you get a better sleep if you're by yourself instead of somebody sleeping right next to you, constantly
Yeah,
moving
but you're
all night.
married. You don't get that choice no more. You got to Cliff,
I wish I
Cliff
could.
and Claire Huxtable that thing.
I wish I could. I wish I had a bigger house just with an extra guest room so he could fall asleep later after baseball's done and over with or something. That way I could get a good night's rest. Yeah,
well,
I
just
wish
get
that.
I'm telling you, just get
Wow.
him a CPAP.
Yeah,
then you
I
just
brought
got to
that
deal
up.
with a little
A sleep study?
a little machine. Just
You use that, right?
yeah,
Every single night?
Darth Vader it up.
Okay.
Top gun.
Nothing
Top
sexier.
gunning it up. Ain't nothing sexier than looking like Bane when you go into bed. I'm ready to take off your panties.
Plead the fifth time. Meredith is 3 questions in, still hasn't had to use a pass, and still has the boomerang. If you have a question for Meredith, you could call us or text us right now, 888-429-0941.
I'm a little nervous.
We got line 1 right now. What's going on?
All right, Meredith, we got Matt on the line, and Matt has a question for you. Go ahead, Matt.
Hey, Meredith. All right, so I want to preface this by saying that I am married and I have kids. I have a great wife. I have wonderful kids. But I know that myself as a husband, there are areas that I need to improve on. So my question is, if you had to point out something that Anthony needed to improve on, like as a husband or a father, what would you say that they would be?
Okay.
Improve upon? Well, first of all, nobody's perfect.
Oh, stop with the disclaimer.
So I think everybody could improve a little bit somewhere here and there. That being said,
Run it.
with the
Think he
daddy
needs fix?
stuff,
Mhm.
he's I would say, and maybe this is relatable to a lot of people, just being on the phone so much.
What do you mean?
It's just constantly checking sports scores and I get it. Like he does have a stressful job, so he needs to zone out. I totally understand that. But I feel like, and I see it out a lot, moms and dads just constantly just in their phone instead of being present and
Yeah.
really soaking up the age that my daughter's at, or soaking in family time. Because they say that the days are slow and the years are fast, and it's so true. So I get being on your phone and, going on social media. I'm totally guilty of that. I do it all the time. But I feel like I have a better handle on when to put the phone down and just chill out and be a part of the family and live in the moment.
That's funny because you're going to if you're noticing that now, you're gonna freak out. Cause like my kids are older now and like have iPods and one has a phone,
Yeah.
and I see them emulate their mom.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Cause like she picks it up like 5 times a minute.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Checking.
Like it's just up and down, up and down, up and down. And if you talk to her, she's in this, and then she's like, "What? Wait, what?"
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen that, and so if that freaks you out now, just wait.
I know.
Because the world is different now,
And
it's
I
just-
get that. And I'm trying to move. I'm moving along with it. You know, things change. But I even take, I make sure that Aubrey doesn't, my daughter doesn't even have a tablet unless it's the weekend. And even at that, it's like a short amount of time.
Yeah. So dad's screen.
Would it
time.
work if you guys were sitting around and you and Anthony decided that, hey, let's put our phones like in the other room for an hour?
That's smart.
Is that a rule?
And
or is
and what's interesting about what you just brought up is I have naturally started doing that for about a year now. What I do is I don't necessarily leave it in the bedroom because my daughter can grab it. I'll put it on top of the kitchen counter in the middle, and
Yeah.
it's just right there,
yeah.
and it's away, and I'm not grabbing it, and I can be in the moment and do whatever we're doing.
All right. Well, we got another question.
Yeah, this is out the 813. I want to ask Meredith if she keeps in touch with any of her ex-lovers here and there. Maybe Anthony doesn't know about them. And have you ever gotten all hot and bothered thinking about what could have been?
Do you have ex-lovers?
Ex-lovers.
Ex-lovers.
Yeah. I mean, still have some people on my Facebook page. They'll pop up here and there. I'm definitely not lusting over anybody. That being said, nobody at all. I definitely don't sit back and think about what could have been because they had their chance with me, a lot of them, and then it just went left and
Messed it up.
Right. And that's how I honestly feel. So, there's every now and then where I'm like, you can reminisce or you think about a good time, but no, they lost their chance for sure.
Okay. Let's see here. You got one last question. What upsets Anthony the most when you bring him up?
On air, you mean?
Plead the fifth.
Yes.
Specifically
He
this
used to
segment.
listen to this segment all the time, and I feel like he's off of it now. He just couldn't. He's not, which is good for me, by the way, because then I don't have to feel such tremendous guilt or about
He
anything.
still
Because I'm very
hears
honest.
about it, though.
Yeah, because people come up to him. So I would say this segment probably gets to him the most. Like, he constantly asks me, like, when are you guys going to stop doing that segment? I'm like, it's not going anywhere.
Oh, no, people listening, dog.
Yeah.
My bad.
I don't know if we have enough time to flip something around.
Well, not supposed to, but you've called it, so you get to. We got
Okay.
to just take a break and come back. You going to think about it?
I already know it.
You already know it?
Yeah.
All right, wait, we got to come back. Hold on. Meredith has her boomerang intact because she called it out. This is the first time, actually. The second time. Because, like, when you call it out, like, if you go to commercial, you lost it.
Yeah.
She
yeah.
spoke up, so now you get to use it. So which one do you want us to have to answer?
I feel like I'm leaning more towards the exes question. Keeping in contact with exes and people you know on socials. And if you ever think about the hookups, the time you were together. Or do you
Wait,
keep it?
was all that in the question?
Yeah, it was.
I don't think that was
Yeah,
She
it was.
just freestyling.
That's it. That was
Okay.
it.
Here's a question. I want to ask Meredith if she secretly keeps in touch with ex-lovers here and there, maybe that Anthony doesn't know about, and does she get all hot and bothered thinking about what could have been?
What did I say?
Yeah, I don't know.
What did I say?
I don't know
Thank
if
you
that
very
was
much.
what she said.
Yeah, I remember all that, right?
She was kind of embellishing. Okay, all right. So mine ain't that sexy. So who got answers? Who's going in what order?
I think it goes, Mark
Yeah,
first.
Mark first.
In town, do I talk to exes? Yeah. Do I get hot and bothered by them? No,
They're
not
not
at
on a
all.
highlight reel?
No, not at all. I had good times with them, but, I've moved forward and gone on, so we're good. I do talk to exes in Chicago as well. Yeah. I'm cool with every one of mine. Except
Every
for,
one of your exes?
Except for the last one, yeah.
Okay.
So,
My whole motto was that I don't fall out of contact with people. I think people, you date them and that's over, but you got a connection with them like they're people. They're people you rock with. So I keep in touch with, I'm in touch with damn near. I was proudly clicked up with all of them, but one messed it up, and we can't come in contact because she was too emotional.
Wow. Oh, she
Yeah.
was still falling for you.
Not really. It was just she was too mad
Oh.
still. And then
Gotcha.
afterward, but because my friends who knew her out in L.A. was like, yo, are you going to this party? Because she can't see you at this party, or we all going to have to hear about it all
Oh, my
night.
God.
So don't come to that party. Or if you going, we not going to that party because we don't want to hear about it. So she's like the one ex that I don't have an open line of communication with, you know. But the fantasy thing, I know, I mean.
Y'all don't fantasize
I mean,
about any of your
No,
exes?
because once you're done with them, it's.
I mean, you don't have to fantasize. I mean, you could replay it in your head. Everybody got to replay.
Yeah.
We all got the porn DVR in our heads, like, you know. So if you got to go to the spank bank, you can spank back.
That sounds like a fantasy.
Yeah.
Pretty much the definition. I've only had, like, before the relationship I'm in right now, I've only had one other relationship in my whole life. We have zero contact, no
Why?
communication.
Is she in town?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, unless she moved in the last 10 years.
I don't know.
He tried to trap you.
Yeah.
Guys. Good answer.
I mean, I don't know. I don't talk to her. I don't follow her. I don't
Do you know what's going on in her life at all?
The last I heard, she had a kid, like
Oh.
And look at your face.
Yeah.
5 or 6 years ago,
She
I
had a
think.
kid.
Well, it's easy to cut that one off.
Done.
His face
Yeah.
is
Said,
like,
ew.
she had a kid.
Yeah, but no.
Just ruined the whole thing.
And I know it could have been stress, a lot of more gray hair. Yeah, I don't know. No, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you, next.
Hey, Buck, you want to answer the question?
Yeah, here you
You
go.
want to answer the boomerang?
Yeah, I'll jump in this thing.
Uh-huh.
The answer about fantasies.
Do you keep in contact with any of them other heifers?
The answer is no, no, no. I don't want y'all calling me. I don't want y'all hitting me up. No text, nothing. I don't think about any of y'all. Gone. Bye. Bye, girl.
Yeah. Hey, you want to call me? Call me on my white phone.
Oh.
Broadcasting live from the